Right, I want to get back now to our reporter Natsha Deputy President, as you know, David Mabuza, is today visiting the Kusile Power Station in Delmas and Mpumalanga for an oversight visit this morning. Natasha, a very good morning to you. For those who are not too familiar with regards to the importance of Kusile, give us a sense of how important it is in terms of South Africa's power supply.
Well, a very good morning to you, Blaine, and of course to our SABC viewers. Indeed, just not only Kusile, but also Mudupi power plant are very, very important, in regards to, the energy supply in the country. We know that these power plants were actually commissioned in 2007. And of course, these two power plants, the one that is also situated in Lephalale in Limpopo, were hailed as mega projects, that would change the landscape for energy in the country. And of course, the oversight visit here today is actually to see what progress has been made in terms of the Kusile Power Station. We all know that both plants were supposed to be completed in 2015, but that didn't happen. So the completion date was actually pushed back, respectively for Kusile. The power plant that we at today was actually pushed back to 2023 and Mudupi to 2021. Where Eskom says both power plants will be fully, operational. But I think the cost also of these power plants, Blaine, has been run up to 450 billion rand, which, in effect is really a lot. But what I can tell you is that, Kusile is 50% operational. And we've heard the Deputy President in times past when addressing members of the National Assembly and members of the National Council of Provinces, saying that the leadership of Eskom has made great progress in effecting the corrective technical modifications required at the two power plants, and that Eskom was dealing with the cost overruns and the defects that are affecting these two power stations. So right now, what I can tell you is that the leadership of Eskom, that Eskom task team, which we know, the Deputy President is actually in charge of, is actually meeting behind closed doors. Right. My colleague, who's a videographer, Chulo Munari, will then, embark on that oversight visit with this task team, which was previously known, Blaine, as the Eskom War Room. And for those who don't know, who comprises of this task team are representatives of Eskom. You've got the Minister of State Security Agency, Ayanda Dojo, that we saw, Minister of Finance and Energy. We saw the Minister of Energy here, Mr. Gwede Mantashe, Public Enterprises. We've got the Deputy Minister of Copter, Mr. Obert Babela here. We've also got the acting, Mission the President, Ms. Kumbuzo Chaveni, who's also present here as well. And of course, that delegation will be dealing with the Eskom crisis here. As you know, that this task team is actually set up to provide political oversight and address, the Eskom power generation crisis. And just also, if I'll just recap, the interview that I had with the Eskom CEO, Andre de Ruyter, earlier on, asking if he could take South Africans into confidence whether we would have load shedding or not. He had said that as Eskom, they're trying at the best of their ability to ensure that there is no load shedding. This year's winter is actually looming. We also asked him if, Eskom was actually a failed institution, and he had said that, it was at some point reaching to that point, but they're actually turning things around, talking about issues of corruption, getting rid of corruption within Eskom. He had said that, the Eskom leadership is actually making strides in that regard. He also cited the rest of those Eskom officials who were implicated in that corruption, fraud and money laundering charges to the tune of over 700 billion rand. Yeah. So these are just some of the conversations we actually had with the leadership of Eskom, but they actually are confident that, listen, they are turning around the state of this embattled state-owned enterprise.
So just for the audience, the reason why Natasha is on the telephone is that, as you heard, our video journalist is on the shoot. We will bring you the live visuals, or the visuals rather, of what he gets as soon as we can. But Natasha, from your vantage point, and for those who haven't really seen Kusile, Give us a sense of its size, its magnitude, and its importance as well.
Well, Jane, what I can tell you that just driving into this power station, it is massive. It really, really is huge. There's so many gates and so many openings here to this power station. So it should tell you that the magnitude and the size of this power station really is huge. As of course, I mean, it should be one of the world's biggest power stations. So, yeah, Blade, it really is huge.
No, we'll get our viewers the visuals as soon as we can. Natasha, let's leave you for now. We'll come back to you a little later on. Appreciate you reporting. Natasha Phiri there.